Sea of Thieves Season 13 has arrived, and with it, Flameheart's forces have taken over 6 islands in the Sea of Thieves, digging deep into them to uncover ancient secrets and powerful artifacts. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to complete these skeleton encampments and how to unlock their secrets. First things first, there are 2 ways you can approach these camps. The first is with the Burning Blade, and the second is immersively in the world without the Burning Blade. I've got a video currently on my channel on the easiest way to capture the Burning Blade, so if you're struggling with that, I'll link that in the top right and pinned comment. Regardless, if you go to skeleton camps with the Burning Blade, you'll be working for Flameheart, completing the rituals, and you won't face any combat encounter. Whereas if you go to the camps without the Burning Blade, you'll be sailing in the name of Athena, trying to stop these skeleton rituals opposing Flameheart, and you'll be faced with a combat encounter. The first section of these camps though is always the same. Descend into the depths and you'll see a beautiful ancient temple. There's a siren one, a deserty prison one, a jungle one. They're all themed differently and it's not region dependent. They're all separate and have got their own theming, which is awesome. At the heart of these temples, there's going to be a puzzle that you need to solve. Start by lighting the brazier at the altar in the middle. This will lift the reflector up and a staircase will open up so that you can use it. Here, you'll see that 3 stone cubes will now rotate and become active. These show 3 constellations that you need to find. The way you find them is by rotating the planetarium ceiling with the wheel just behind the altar. Then you can use the reflector to light up the sky and you'll encounter a myriad of ancient constellations. Once you've found one of these constellations, you can move the second piece of glass into place and concentrate the beam of light. Here, you'll have to retrace the constellation from memory. If you forget it, you can just move the other piece of glass out of the way, then you'll have the wide beam again, then concentrate it when you want to trace it. You'll need to do these for all 3 constellations, and once you do, you'll see that the corresponding blocks start to glow. If you make a mistake or trace a wrong constellation, your progress will be reset, and you'll have to retrace any constellations that you've previously completed. Once you do light up all 3, one of 2 things will happen. If you're sailing as the crew of the Burning Blade, the temple door will open and you'll have access to the crypt vault. If you're not the crew of the Burning Blade, you'll have to battle through a combat encounter, defeating Flameheart's obsidian skeletons that have built the place and are searching for the ancient knowledge. Once you've completed this encounter, battling waves of skeletons and finally a captain, the crypt vault will also open up. If you're on the Burning Blade, you can complete the ritual and you'll earn tribute to the Burning Blade. When you're not sailing on Flameheart's flagship, you'll be stopping the ritual, and when you do, you'll be able to take the Orb of Secrets out of the crypt vault and sell it to one of the trading companies for a base value of 20,000 gold. It's also worth adding that inside each crypt vault there are gold piles that you can pick up, regardless of whether you're the crew of the Burning Blade or sailing on your own boat. Inside these temples, there's also a number of side constellations that you can do. If you look on either east and west wall if you're facing the crypt vault, you'll see that there's more stone blocks. Find these constellations and little compartments will open up with gold that you can claim. There's also a commendation for doing this, so I highly recommend doing so. Inside each temple, there's also a note. There are 6 of them across the 6 temples, and you need to collect all of them for a commendation. For those wondering, the puzzles in all of these temples change in terms of the constellations that you have to find. However, the pool of constellations stays the same, so that planetarium, whilst it may change colour, will always have the same constellations. For those who are attempting camps without the Burning Blade and are facing opposition, sailing against the name of Flameheart, you may encounter some obsidian skeletons on land as well, outside the encampment, not just in the combat encounter. As far as I can tell, these new skeletons don't have any special attributes, such as shadow skeletons are immune to damage at night, plant skeletons are vulnerable to sword but gain regeneration in water, and gold skeletons take reduced damage. But if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me down in the comments below. Just as a side note as well, you can climb on top of these skeleton camps. There are cannons spaced around the island, and they almost act as a mini fortress. They're not quite the scale of skeleton forts, but you can defend against incoming ships if you need to. Before I wrap up this video, for those who want to see it, I'm going to play 2 clips. One when you complete the ritual in the temples in the name of Flameheart, and one where you stop the ritual in the name of Athena. First up, completing the ritual. And secondly, in the name of Athena. And there we go, they're both really cool mini cutscenes. When I first saw the Athena one, I was amazed. I really loved how they themed it towards that way. I thought it was just going to be stop the ritual and less to do with actually against Flameheart in the name of Athena, but obviously you can hear the We Shall Sail Together music there, so it's nice they themed it like that. That does just about bring us to the end of the video though. If you have any questions about these skeleton camps or ancient temples, let me know down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer your questions. And if you have any tips of your own for these skeleton camps, do comment them. I'm sure some people will find it extremely useful. These 6 locations are absolutely incredible. The team at Rare did an outstanding job and the environments, they're just beautiful. I love the different themings and how they change so dramatically. As I mentioned earlier, one was like the Sunken Kingdom, one was like this ancient jungle, another was more wildsy and prisony. They're just incredible. They're a joy to explore and they look visually stunning. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of lore to unpack in them as well. Obviously ancient temples, long lost, forgotten and all that, ancient secrets, what Flameheart's trying to find. This update has been great. Season 13 is amazing for the game. I especially love that they're tying Briggsy lore into it. The 6 notes that you find across the map in all these temples, they're about Briggsy and her adventures, and I think even legendary Louise as well. So that's really exciting to uncover. It's a continuation of the Secret Wilds adventure, and that's really cool to me. These dark constellations, how we're finding out more about the Ancients, obviously with next year being confirmed to be the year of the Ancients. But anyway, we'll get into all that in a separate video. For now, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy them, please do consider leaving a like. It really does help out the channel an absolute ton, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out. And while you're at it, why not hit the bell as well so you never miss a single upload. But anyways, apart from all that, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.